In recent decades, the idea that human technology, especially emerging AI systems, is being used to manipulate and control the weather. And this has gained a lot of traction in certain circles. In other words, the weather's changing. And it's not changing slightly, it's changing dramatically. And this isn't just in the UK, this is all over the entire world. Something's going on. It doesn't feel natural. And that is what people's issue is with this. And they're starting to question it. What is going on? What is going on with the weather? Well, in this video, we're going to find out.
Analyzing the news.
I love the weather. It just cheers you up, doesn't it? When the sun comes out, especially in the UK, when the sun comes out, it's like, it gives you a little bit of that sunny day, if you like. Makes you feel good. It's like going on the sunbed or getting a nice tan. Makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, which is lovely. We all like the sun, especially us British people or people who are from the UK. It's because it's not something that we tend to get a lot. So we look forward to it. We like the sun. We enjoy it. It makes us feel thin and beautiful and look more attractive because it puts a little bit of colour into our lives. But the weather has certainly changed. It seems like the summers are getting hotter, the winters are getting wetter, and the seasons are lasting longer. Something's off. So as you can imagine, a lot of people are talking about the weather in a different way. They're starting to question it. And there's a conspiracy out there that the weather's being manipulated by higher powers. But how the hell can you control the weather? It's a natural element and it's big. You can't control the weather, can you? Well, apparently you can. Let's delve into this a little bit more. So this belief system, from a combination of scientific developments and historical experiments, geographical factors, and a growing mistrust of powerful institutions, which basically means the people who rule the country or rule the world. They're all in the same club, aren't they? We all know that. But why not? That's how governments work. People like people who are like them. The rich hang about with the rich, the poor hang about with the poor, the leaders hang about with the leaders. The weather, once viewed as entirely natural and beyond human influence, is increasingly suspected of being a tool of control, manipulation, or even warfare. But why do people believe this? And what fuels the idea that such manipulation is deliberate? Well, the origins of weather manipulation theories go back or date back to the mid 20th century, when governments began to openly experiment and play with the atmosphere. There's another train. You'll see me say this a lot. I just love trains. I don't know why. They're just great, aren't they? I just like trains. They go straight to the place where you want them to go. They go in one direction, and that's what we should do instead of all this going here and there. Just go straight towards the place that you want to go. One of the earliest and most well-known examples in this project or this experiment was in 1947, and the project was started in the United States, of all places, which is a world power like the UK. Can you spot him? Can you see him? There he is. Hello, Ollie. You a good boy? Look, he should be in the army. He's like a Marine, isn't he? He's just camouflaged, hiding in plain sight. Yes, I'm out with the dog again and the missus, which we do every day. Rain or shine, doesn't matter how cold it is or how hot it is, we have to come out because the baby, which is another word for our dog, needs his little walk. But like I say, the weather's lovely today. It's great. Look, all the greens are out, the sun's shining. It's fantastic. But let's get back to the weather, because it affects us all in some way. In fact, it affects us in every single way possible. What the hell is that? It's not dog poo, it's natural and it's come from somewhere. Does it come from the trees or the elements around us? It's fallen from somewhere and it's natural. It just doesn't sort of fit in. Does anyone know what that is? Please put it in the comments. Look, there's more of it there. Is it just bark? But why does it go this colour? Like this strange colour. Things like this fascinate me. What is that? Anyway, I don't want to get my hands dirty. Oh, there's Ollie. Come here. Oh, he's hiding again. You see, government agencies and scientists attempted to weaken hurricanes by seeding clouds and silver iodide. Now, the goal was to disrupt storms and the storm system, or enrich or enhance rainfall where needed. So they understood how the weather works, and because they understood how the weather worked, they thought we can sort of manipulate that if needed. And while the results were inconclusive, these projects back then provided the governments with more information, more knowledge, because they started to suss it out. And then they've had a newfound interest in this. But the activity in pursuing this weather modification, they weren't quite there. But it would only be a matter of time before they actually could physically manipulate the weather. This isn't a conspiracy. This is all a fact. Have you ever heard of cloud seeding?
No.
Well, cloud seeding is basically weather modification. It's when they drop crystals into the atmosphere, and they can do that deliberately. They drop crystals into the atmosphere and then it creates rain. And they can do that. They can literally create rain. And that's no secret. It's out there. They can create rain. And that is what cloud seeding is. Consciously, deliberately manipulating the weather to create rain. They can create rain. So when it's raining, you might think, oh, the weather's terrible, isn't it? Oh, it must be the season. It could be that, or it could be quite easily explained that it's been done deliberately, because they can do it very easily. So yeah, these early experiments planted the seeds of suspicion that if such effects existed back then, they could have evolved, which they definitely have, into something which is a lot more sophisticated today. In the modern era, technologies like cloud seeding continue to be used in countries like China, Russia, and the United Arab Emirates. Yeah, it's really posh there. It's a country that was built on a desert, which is amazing, isn't it? And the reason why they have to generate rainfall, because it's such a dry country, they need the rain. So they think, okay, well, let's create rain, which they did. Now, they did that to reduce droughts or even ensure clear skies for major events. China's heavy investment in weather modification, especially before the 2008 Beijing Olympics, further reinforced public suspicion that weather control might extend beyond peaceful purpose. What was once science fiction began to feel plausible, especially as technology advanced rapidly in other sectors. It's all kicking off now, isn't it? Scary stuff. Now, alongside physical weather manipulation technologies, the rise of AI and machine learning has amplified public concern, which, why wouldn't we be concerned? It affects all of us. And the AI systems are increasingly capable of modifying more complex weather patterns, predicting climate shifts and potential and the possibility of being used to optimize and automate weather modification operations. When you think about it, it's pretty straightforward. If you've got a tool that can manipulate the weather, would you do it? Because if you were going to create this technology, the whole purpose for creating it is to use it.